Radio, Rahim here with Daniel Dubois. I'm going to do you one favor. First, right off the top, your name's Danny. It's Danny Dubois now, going forward.
No way.
Danny's a little too polished, man. You seem like you maybe... It seems like maybe he'll be, wearing an ascot or something. I'm only winding you up, of course, because you have such a pleasant demeanor. You're an understated guy. Daniel is perfect for you. Yeah. Talk to me about you being such a young man in a professional sport. You started, you just turned 20. Yeah. Coming up through the heavyweight division, you've got 5 fights, and you've got a big promoter. This is a lot for a young man. Talk to me about climbing in the heavyweight division and what it's like, kind of maturing as an athlete and as a fighter.
Yeah. It's just a journey, and I'm working hard. I'm taking every challenge as it comes, and it's building me as a fighter and as a person, and maturing me as a character as well. So I'm just looking forward to it and getting past each fight and getting the job done and taking on every challenge as it comes.
You may be getting into this heavyweight division at the right time. It seemed like there wasn't a lot of excitement in the division for the past, say 10, 12 years, even before Joshua came along. And now with few fights, guys are being able to make a lot of money and make a lot of noise. Yeah. So even though you've only had 5 fights, when do you see yourself trying to really get into the spotlight and grab the attention in this division?
I'm just... With all these challenges happening, and Anthony being the top man at the moment, and there's just fights to be won, more challenges in the heavyweight division. It's brilliant. Heavyweight division is the top division in boxing. That's what, in my opinion. Anyway, so it rules the roost, and it's good because young fighters like me, myself, get a chance to prove it and showcase our talent and our ability.
Well, talking about ruling the roost, there's a huge heavyweight fight hopefully happening in the first half of 2018 if we can get our druthers. Yeah. And having seen Joshua perform just 2 days ago, how do you measure him as a heavyweight? And do you consider him the best heavyweight in the division, or is Deontay Wilder there?
Listen, they both have to get it on. They have to make that fight happen and see who's the top man. But in England, he's number one here. But obviously, Deontay Wilder is a great competitor, and he's a number 1 world WBC champion, the green belt. And it's 2 giants, 2 titans at the top of their game. So,
who do you have winning that fight?
I can't say. The best man will win. It's. I can't say really. They both bring different aspects to their game. Joshua being strong and athletic, Wilder being sort of slick, speedy sort of fighter. It's gonna be exciting if it happens. So, yeah.
Now I've read quite a bit about you training with Joshua, being a sparring partner and whatnot. So for the Americans who may not know you or know these stories, why don't you tell me what that experience was like? And is the rumor true?
I can't say too much, but the sparring, it gave me good stead going into the pro game and being confident in my ability that I could go far in this game. It was meant to be that after a few sparring sessions with him, next minute I'm getting a pro deal with Frank Warren and I'm turning over professional. So it's all meant to be, and sparring AJ gave me confidence and good steed going into pro game.
Now, I'll say for my sake, when I hear about sparring stories, I don't take a whole lot from it. It's sparring, right? Yeah. Guys are working on things. It's not a fight. There's a reason it's called sparring. You pay your opponent. The fight's where it's happening. But I've read that you knocked Joshua down. Yeah. And I can't pin anybody down on whether or not this is true. I'm figuring that you and him are the 2 people who know for sure. Yeah. Did this happen? And what kind of confidence, if it did, does that instill in a young heavyweight trying to learn and being in a camp with a superstar like Joshua?
Shows you that I got the power, but there's still a hell of a lot more to learn and a hell of a lot more to improve on. So I just keep my head down and keep working hard in the gym.
What's your relationship like with him now?
We're just on different paths completely. We're different people, and he's got his life, I've got mine. I'm just focusing with my family. My dad, of course, he brought me in the game from a young age. So my brother, my sisters, and everyone. My sister being a WP champion, I don't know if I told you about her before.
I didn't know that.
But she's a future Olympic hopeful for 2020, so big up to her. So.
And lastly, are there some heavyweights in history, like what heavyweight do you, if anyone, do you pattern yourself after, or do you particularly look up to their approach to your sport?
Well, many. There's George Foreman. There's recently I met Larry Holmes, so I take a lot. I've been watching these fights and studying some of these tapes. So yeah, there's so many that I just want to make a name for myself, and doing it the right way and staying hard and staying focused in the gym and doing what I have to do.
I can see a lot of Larry Holmes there. Notice he didn't call himself Lawrence Holmes, but Daniel Dubois, man. Look, I'm looking forward to your career. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Good luck to you, man. Radio Rahim with Daniel Dubois.